And I told you that our first touch is going to be on the Asian session. That's where we spot our first touch. And how do we know that it's a first touch? How do we know? We know that a place is a first touch when it's able to break market structure. So if a point in the Asian session is able to break market structure, that's how we know it's the first point. So if you can see here on this drawing that I drew here, this area managed to break market structure. And if you're in my group, I represent market structure with these dollar signs. These dollar signs represent that I broke market structure. And if I broke market structure at that area there, I broke here, I'll know that this is indeed my first point to draw my trend. Then what happens in the London session? In the London session, that's where I'm going to spot my second point. So in the London session, my second point is always going to be either on the high or a low. You wait for London session to create a high or a low. That's all. Once we have our break in the Asian session, all we want in the London session is to get a high or a low. That's all we want. So maybe let's say now market does this. And then, New York session. So you see market doing that and it created a high in the London session. So we created an Asian low. So with London session, we must check if market was able to break either an Asian low or an Asian high. If we're failing to break those things, chances of market breaking the trend are high. So we can see that the London session failed to break this low here, London session. So now we know that if market does manage to approach the trend line, the chances of it breaking are higher. Now, market is going to go like this, continuing higher. Because why? We failed to break market structure during the London session. Meaning, if we fail to break market, we're still going to continue to the upside. But listen. So now, during the London session, what do you think is going to happen? Now, if market does approach the trend line again, it is going to sell. It is going to sell. Why? Because we saw that we had a break of market structure at that area there. We had a break of market structure at that area there. So that is why we know if we do come back to a trend, we are going to see sales. And if you can see now, we have a low, we have an Asian low, and then we also have a London low here. We also have the London low. So if we have the Asian low and we have the London low, and then we must check, did the London low break anything? Again, London low did not break anything. Can you see? Nothing, zero. It didn't break any market structure. But Asian high is the one that broke market structure. And then it even continued, the London continued to break market structure. So if you draw a trend like this is completely wrong. This is completely wrong. Why? Because first point of the trend is where market changed, is where a market broke structure. So if the Asian low did not break anything, that's not my first point. My first point is only determined where I see break of market structure. Where market breaks structure, that's my first point. Asian low failed to break market structure, not my first point. So my trend line is going to start at the top. London session, how do I know if during New York I'm going to break the trend? Check London session. Did London session break anything? Yes, market structure. It broke yesterday's. It broke the Asian low, London session. So if I come back to a trend, it's going to be a strong trend and it's going to resist. And you can enter sales. Understand? Yeah. So let's just quickly jump in the market just to analyze what happened today. I'm going to erase everything here. So now I check, did my Asian low break structure? So we look at it, did it break anything? I'm looking. Okay, I see. It did break structure. It broke this previous high. So we broke here. So this was a minor high which we broke. This was a minor high. So we broke the structure here. We managed to break the structure there. So this was a break of market structure. Okay, we say, okay, we spotted it. Now let's check the Asian high. Did it break anything? So we check the Asian high. Da-da-da-da. Yes, it broke Asian low. We see here a break of Asian low. No matter where you draw your trend, they are all valid trends. So you can draw your trend from Asian high to London high. This is valid. And you can draw your trend from Asian low to London low. So our London, did it break anything? Did our London break anything? So we can see that the London session managed to break the Asian low. So if the London session managed to break the Asian low, it means that this trend is a strong trend. It's very strong. You can enter sales there with confidence because we're going to sell. But as you can see, market pushed very high, very, very high. So, but this was just due to PPI. So we waited for it to pass. It passed, and then it came back, and then we entered the retest at the trend. That's where we caught our trade, and then we risked 50 pips, and then we went back to the trend line. We went back to the trend line, and we caught another buy right here. We caught another buy here. Why did I get the buy? Because my London low managed to break market structure. It broke here, can you see? So if it broke, this is a strong, this is a good trend to enter buys. So we entered again there, we entered again. We entered until 100 pips, so we took it for 100 pips.